Changing over from FIFA to eFootball was probably a bit more of a challenge than I was expecting at first. Obviously, we're both football games. I thought it was going to be pretty much the same, but a lot of the mechanics are quite different, and just the way that the gameplay moves has been a lot different to what I've expected. I've been able to learn through just playing the game, and I'm feeling a lot more confident playing when I jump on now. A few months before the competition, I think earlier in the year, New Zealand esports made a big social push around the upcoming qualifiers for the 3 different games. There's Dota 2, Rocket League, and obviously eFootball as well. As soon as I saw that, I was like, well, it would be a bit silly not to at least give it a go, give it a chance. Started grinding a little bit of eFootball in the lead up. Obviously still had FIFA things ongoing at the time. I managed to get through all the qualifying rounds. We did the round robin at the LPL studio, and obviously we got through to the grand final against SliWill, and that was definitely the hardest game, was playing that one at the end. So yeah, best of 5 series. I went down 2-1 after the first 3 games. Down 2-1 in the series, was not really feeling that confident. He was pretty decent. He had a bit of a background in eFootball beforehand, so he knew a little bit more than me at the time. But I think sort of the mental strength and a bit more experience on a LAN situation just carried me over the line in the end, and won those last 2 games to get the 3-2 win.
Great shit. And so what we might do is we might do like a freeze frame and we implant it, throwing the computer on the ground, which I've done a couple of times. Yeah, I'm just going to get stuff ready, and yeah. Hey, so
before you got into football, what was the first sort of game that you started playing?
So it was always FIFA really, like all the way from FIFA 06 back when I was a little kid, and then sort of from the competitive side of FIFA it would have been FIFA 19, so that was in 2019, and yeah, so I've been doing it for about 3 years.
I'm a bit of a Warcraft king. You're a JMK King. How about we have a bit of a challenge?
If you think you're up for it, then yeah, we can have a game.
Yeah, I don't mind losing.
So heading into the games, a little bit of uncertainty because obviously don't have too much of a knowledge around the eFootball scene, and a majority of the eFootball competitive side is within Europe and not so much the Commonwealth countries. Obviously the UK, Scotland and Ireland, I imagine they all have strong competitors, and then potentially Canada as well. We don't know exactly who we're going to be up against yet, so it's going to be tough to gauge. We'll just sort of have to wait until we're closer to the date to see who that may be and how good they are going to be. But I think ultimately the goal will have to be to try and push for one of those medals. It would just be an incredible feeling to be able to get a medal from an event like this. Massive opportunity, and it's quite an honour to be able to say that I'm representing New Zealand on a global stage. It's always been sort of a dream when you're a kid to represent your country, especially when you're very involved in sports and other things. So yeah, no, it's definitely an honour, and for it to be the first exhibition event at a Commonwealth eSport Championships, it's the first time that's happening, so to be a part of that's pretty special. It's going to be hard to judge what the groups are going to be like. We've got Wales, Trinidad and Tobago and Sri Lanka in our group. The Wales guy I know is a pretty good FIFA player, so I'm going to assume he's similar-ish to me, where he would have transitioned over and should be quite decent. The other 2 are going to be a bit of the unknown. I feel like I'm at a pretty good level, played some practice games, and I think I should be able to beat anyone.
Yeah, exactly. I'll try your. I think it's your link. Even if that option.
Oh, we're going up. Thanks.
Again, has anybody got any questions?
Go back.
I think it's covered the news test. So crack on. The only thing we need is just slow.
Aotearoa sticks one! Oh, it's Coma. That's the finish!
was the most entertaining match of the whole day.
Is it?
That's probably the closest match.
Aye.
Oh my god, I was.
The Panenka penalties never helped you one bit.
Oh, I saw someone do a Panenka. I was like, I'm not even gonna risk it. And here's Fuller. It's a good spell of possession, this. 7-4! I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed. Not at the second time. And he's in a really good position here now. But this is a classic goal.
Well done, well done.
Good game, right?
It is.
Good series. That first game.
That first match was the best match we've had all day.
Took about 3 years off me.
And I'm not just saying that, like, a lot of them were like 2-1, 1-0, 1 each. It was the first high scoring game that I think I've had all day, so cheers for that. And woke as a puppet.
Day one, we had one match up today against Trinidad and Tobago. It was meant to be a best of one, is what we were told. We ended up playing a best of three, which was, they changed the rules a couple of times today. And yeah, some minor delays, and then once the game got underway, we lost the first game on penalties. He'd played a match prior, so I think he was a bit more warmed up than me, and then I ended up winning the next one 2-0 and then 4-1 in the last game to win the best of three series. 2 more games tomorrow to finish off the group. I think we play Sri Lanka first and then Wales, which I imagine will be the tough and potentially most important game after that. I'm feeling reasonably good after winning the last 2 games against Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, I think if I can keep composed and play how I know I can play, I should be alright. So quick update for this morning. We're meant to be playing Sri Lanka as our second game in the groups, but due to illnesses we've got a forfeit win for that game, so now we play against Wales to decide who gets out of the groups.
Why are you saying that? I think we've got Tiago yelling. Doubles in the chat.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning, guys. Just going to the players. Yeah, he did say, like, have one for this round.
So we had the decider match against Wales, both of us on 6 points, so the winner was going to go through as top of the group. First game, won it 2-0, defended pretty well. He didn't really create too many chances, so that was a good way to start things. The second game, he probably had the more chances in that game, but it stayed 0-0 throughout the 90 minutes and extra time. And unfortunately, we lost 10-9 on penalties. We went through the whole team. I had a chance to win the game. Pavard hits the post. I don't think I made the mistake, maybe I did, but yeah, I ended up losing that on penalties.
Unlucky, man. That's stupid, like.
Well, that's important.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That's really good. Christ.
Went on far too long, man.
Yeah, that was just
10-9 to Welsh. From Welsh, yeah?
Yeah.
10-9, so game 3.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Really good.
last game was a 3-2 loss in the 90 minutes. Yeah, Wales ended up winning the series. Fair play to the Wales player. He got it done, and he'll be playing in the third place playoff now. Next with EFootball potentially. I'm hoping, just from things I've heard at this event and talking with others, there may be future events. And I mean, I think I really didn't do myself justice with, I put in the hours to learn this game. Obviously, I'm spending more time playing FIFA, and I did put a lot of effort in. I think I really could have gone a lot further in this competition. So if there were opportunities going forward, I think I'd really like to have a go and really prove that I can compete with the best eFootball players. Also a big thank you to the Global Esports Federation for putting on this event. It was a great opportunity for me and many other competitors to display our skills, and yeah, it was great to see all the unity at the event between all the people playing, and really showed how the world can be connected. JMK, eFootballer, eBlack, eGamer.